Hello guys, welcome back to Scry Guys. My name is Quest, and we are going to dive into the version 2 of Joe Grant. We're not going to talk about the whole deck, but we are going to talk about some of the cuts I did, something to add, and I'm going to add a section here for the budget options that you can do for Joe Grant so you could be able to play the sweet Mono White Commander. Just a brief summary, after playing it for about almost 2 weeks, it's really strong. The card does so much. There's a lot of card draw. You get mana. You're basically ramping on the deck too, and whatever you reanimate, it just really powerful. It's just a ridiculous ability to just cycle away your big stuff and then bring back later. And then just so much sweet stuff I done with it. I brought back turn 4 Portal to Phyrexia. Everyone knows that. And Cityscape Leveler, which won me a game in EDH. I brought that out on turn 5, and I kept on destroying everything. And I have protection up, which some of the protection I added are pretty good here, and interaction. So definitely excited to dive in here. But yeah, and if you guys want to play Joe Grant, she's only I think $4 or 5, but she's also in the Blast of the Past deck, which I got her from. Since none of my LGSs don't have the actual card Joe Grant, so I had to get one. But there's a couple cards in here that are pretty good too, like Displaced Dinosaur, and then some of the Doctors and the Lands too. But yeah, definitely a sweet commander deck here. But we're only talking about Joe Grant and the upgrades I've done for her so far. So the chopping block. Let's see what we have here. So we got Bruna, the Fading Light. So when I had this card, I thought it was an ETB, and we are playing a good chunk of humans and angels in the deck, which is fine. But I didn't realize it would cast. That's the main issue I had with her. If she was ETB, she would be great. But unfortunately, she is not, because we are resurrecting stuff, cycling it away. And I mean, sometimes there's a scenario where we get 7 mana, but we definitely don't want hard cast a 7 mana Bruna that does. I mean, bring back something hopefully an Avacyn or not COD unfortunately don't have flash, but it's not that great, you know. And then we got Mangara. Mangara, still it's okay. I mean, I just cycle it away, and I didn't really bring it back. I like something that could answer something right away, and it's okay interaction. And then we got Yamaji. Just whenever a legendary permit other than Yamaji, who bears the way it's put into your graveyard from play, return that card to its owner's hand. So I thought whenever a card is placed into the graveyard, basically cycle and then bring it back. That what I thought that card did, but unfortunately it didn't. So I had to make chopping block. It's just a 4/4 for 7 mana. It's kind of bad because we're only bringing out some of the legendary with some of our resurrection stuff, you know, and it's just too much, you know. So it's definitely not going to come back in. But yeah, then we got Chroma's Memorial. It's a sub mana do nothing card in my deck, unfortunately. There are definitely better artifacts that I put in that definitely help out. Definitely a good replacement. But if you love this card and you want to keep it in, yeah, keep it in. Definitely keep on trying it, and definitely let me know if I'm wrong here. But yeah, for me, I didn't really have a good experience with it. It just cycles. That's it for me. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it out with all the other stuff. But it required more creatures on the battlefield. Sometimes I only have 5 at a time. And yeah, and then we got Garrett's Garrett's Hourglass Pendant. This card is alright. I mean, it's only CD8 playable, or even just high casual. But in this deck, the mini decks I played against, it's just kind of useless for me. So I just cut it. And then we got Parhelion 2. Parhelion 2, it just meme. I just put it in there because of the Grease Fang combo, but it's just a meme card, so I just cut it out. And then we got Mortal Sun. No one doesn't really play any Planeswalkers, and sure, I get to draw a card and my spells cost 1 less, and then creatures get +1/+1, but what if someone pops it with Generous Gift, Nature Claim, and all that stuff? If I cast it or reanimate it, it's just a bad card. I want something that impacts the board and presents a threat to them. But yeah, let's move on to some more. We then got the odds list. So the only creature is my commander, realistically, right? That I get to move those counters, and then I get recast it, and then begin combat move over. But Mini games, Joe Grant has not died at all. Like, I mean, if he does die, I'd go with the plan of like, all right, play bigger stuff and start swinging with that. But the majority of the games that I played, Joe Grant sticks around where he becomes like a 10-10 or not 10-10, a 10-9 or 11-10, where it really finished out game with all the unblockable stuff that I added in this deck. So I cut it for now. It might come back, but we'll see. And then I cut Elspeth Conquer Death. It's not a powerful saga as I thought it was back playing in Scanner because they're just way more powerful cards. Cheaper interaction too, so it made it chop and block. Even though it was a reanimation spell too, but it needed to be cut. And then I cut Grand Abolisher just because we're already playing a similar ability like that with Myrel. Just a 4-mana and just legendary too, so I could cycle it and bring it back if I wanted to. And it makes 1/1 soldiers, and my commander is a soldier, so that is a plus with making 2 when it enters about combat. But yeah, that's basically it. I don't know if I'm going to put it back in here, but it is a possibility in the future. And then Search for Glory. Search for Glory sucks. I'm not going to play this card again. 3 mana, tutor like your best legendary, and then you just die, you know. But yeah, that's basically it. But I am going to stay playing with the snow cover lands, but I'll be talking more about that in the budget section of this video. Some sweet ads that I did. We added Skrell, Defector Might, 1 white, Toxic 1, and then pay 2 or white. Choose a color. Another target creature you control gains Toxic 1, Hexproof from that color until the end of turn. It can't be blocked by creatures of the chosen color. So basically, just good protection, and then it could really finish out in late game with my commander. That's what I like about it, and it's an artifact too, so I could cycle it away early or even late game if I don't need it, so it's really nice. Then we put Solitude in here, just quick, fast removal. That's what it was missing in the deck with Version 1. It didn't have enough, like, good interaction, you know. But Solitude is definitely great. Just immediately get rid of threat at flash speed, you know, or instant speed, not flash speed. But it's definitely a sweet add in here. And then we got Thalia, Heretic, Cathar. I just wanted to slow down my opponents, you know. We're white. We're going to be slow no matter what, no matter how many stuff we put in here. But we definitely want to make sure our opponent has slow plays, and then we should start cycling away our cards that we don't need and bring them back. And then we put K-Sun in here just to produce more mana. We can bring it back on turn 4, but we'll probably play on turn 6, and then hopefully it doesn't get popped up or destroyed, or it sticks around, and then we're going to just cycle a bunch of cards the following turn there. And then we put a Mana Vault in here, just quick, fast mana, just 1 mana, 3 mana, which is nice. And we got Manifold Key, which is untap target artifact, or target creature can't be blocked this turn, so that's really nice evasion there for my commander, or anything else I want to get through to get attack triggers or abilities through. And then we got Sonic Screwdriver, which does the same thing and Manifold Key, but it adds mana and scries 1, so it's really nice there. And I don't like Sonic Screwdriver. Definitely, I haven't played it yet, but I feel like it's going to be a very powerful card soon in the deck. Alright, and then we got Spina Isha. When Spina Isha entered the battlefield, destroy target permanent, and then when Spina Isha put it in the graveyard from the battlefield, return Spina Isha to its owner's hand. So it's pretty nice. If board wipe for artifacts, go back to my hand and I could cycle it away, or I could bring it back and pop something. So it's not bad. This could definitely be a cut here, but I'm going to try it out, see how it is. It's an old EDH card back then, and it's really good. And then we got Path to Exile. Just another interaction, just exile a creature, get rid of it for the rest of the game, and then they get to look for a basic land, which is fine for us. And then we have Silence, which your opponent can't cast a spell this turn, so it's just really good with interaction where you're like a turn, like, I could do this next turn and like really impact the board, but your opponent's going to win next turn until you're like, alright, you cannot cast spells this turn, so it's really nice there. We've got Farewell. I want to add at least one more board wipe in here. That's pretty good. Just exile artifact creatures, enchantments, and graveyard, so it's really nice there. And then I added Smothering Tithe. Definitely wanted something that could produce more mana, so definitely triggers. If my opponents are greedy enough to draw cards, I just make all the triggers and cast or cycle or cast some spells there. And then we're playing Restoration and Ganjo. So this card had been really sweet. So basically I get to search my library for a plain reveal and put it into my hand. And then you may discard a card. When you do, return target permanent card of a mana value 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield tap, and then exiles into a 3/4 whenever it attacks. or blocks. Credit 1/1 colorless spirit. But the sweet part about this is with Astral Slide, if it's ready to flip, you blink it and then come back to the Saga side, and you get to tutor for a lane and repeat those steps again, which is really sweet. And I got Gemstone Cavern, just another fast way to cast your commander out way faster than normal. So yeah, we definitely want to make sure that Joe Grant comes on the battlefield fast as possible, so we can start cycling away some cards, so we get some value and stuff like that. But yeah, I believe that is it for the some of the sweet ads. But I want to talk about the budget options that you could do for this deck if you're not ballers like some other people, or like me. But these are some cards that are $20 or more. I know there's like a couple of cards that are in here that are like 22, 21, 23. I didn't want to put them on the list. But yeah, if there's any card that you can't afford, you could definitely ask me what's like a good option. Definitely in the comments section below, guys. Definitely do that. If you have any questions about like some budget options, like, hey, I can't really afford this, but like what's a good option for it, and I'll definitely help you out there. But yeah, let's move on to budget options here. So we got Mox Opal, Mana Vault, Chrome Mox, and Dual Lotus. So I put Lotus Petal, which is $16, so it definitely falls into the $20 or less budget there. Ferro Stone, Basalt Monolith, and Mind Stone. Just to put some like cheap artifacts in there that have been around for a while, just to replace some of the expensive cards here, some of the expensive artifacts I added there. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to do these ads for some of the casual tournaments that I do play, where you can't cast 0 mana artifacts that produce mana. So I definitely want to do that there. But yeah, I think these are solid options that you can do for the deck if you really want to play her at the budget commander. And then we are playing, and then Mana Vault, Avacyn, Esperance Sentinel, and Cosmic Butcher of Truth. So I put Thought Vessel for Mana Crypt, just another cheap artifact mana. And then we put Avacyn Memorial, which is only $8, but does the same thing, except for other legendary permanents you control, not other permanents you control, But yeah, it's just a legendary artifact. You can cycle away and bring it back, which is nice, and it just has indestructible. Same thing as just that is for legendaries, permanents, and it's not a creature. And then we got Flourishing Fox. So I put this in here. There really isn't like a good substitute for Esper Sentinel, so I just put like another cycler in there. At least you could cycle this guy away, or you could play it and it becomes another Yesion. So that's nice. Just gets big each time you cycle, and it's really cool. And same thing for Cosmic Butcher of Truth. There isn't really a way to protect your graveyard at all. So I guess in budget, just place something else. I had to put like Bronze Guardian here just to protect your artifacts more when you're budget, because there are a lot of good budget removal artifact cards in Commander. But yeah, I just put that guy in there. Just seems sweet enough. And it becomes big too, double strike. So yeah, that seems fair there. And then talking about our last budget options here, Solitude could be Solitude to Fairy. So I put Meteor Golem in here. It's an artifact and you could return it. It's not as good as Solitude, but it's a nice piece to put in there. Nice replacement. And then we put Flawless Remover, which is only $5, guys. You definitely need to pick that up for Teferi Protection. You could put that one other phasing card in there with Evoke. I think that could be a decent replacement too. But Flawless Remover, fine. Just protect all your creatures there. And then for some of the land are over $20, like Cavern Souls, Ancient Tomb, Genso Cavern, all those could be replaced with basic lands or snow-covered plains. I guess just those for right now. I don't think there are any like budget legendary lands in there. I think I have a majority of them. You can put Geist Trap in there, Staff or whatever, or any of the colors legendary land in there, just to make sure you could cycle them away. And then if you don't want to spend money on snow-covered plains, you could just always play regular basic plains. But that's just my preference on playing snow-covered plains. And that is it for the video today, guys. Yeah, hopefully you guys like this type of video. I like to do this more. That's pretty fun making for you guys, having like a budget option and then talking about like why did I put this in here. We're definitely changing up since we're getting close to 100 subscribers. And hopefully you consider about subscribing and liking this video. But yeah, I think that's it for me. My name is Question. Thank you for watching. Scry, guys.